Wowee, this is the one. UFC 271, Adesanya versus Whittaker 2. People have been waiting a long time for the rematch after Robert Whittaker famously got knocked out by Israel for the title. Mind blown right here. But before we get into it, guys, remember, subscribe to the channel if you are new, like, comment, all the good stuff. Visit the social media as well, guys. Give us a follow on Instagram, give us some messages, hit us up. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with Robert Whittaker, because Robert Whittaker has only ever lost at middleweight to Israel Adesanya. Let that sink in. Since he got knocked out by Wonderboy, moved from welterweight to middleweight, he hasn't lost. Let that sink in until Israel. After Israel, he had a long journey back. I know it sounds short with 3 fights, but where he was after those Yoel Romero fights and Jacare, like at the peak of their powers, by the way, he beat these guys. Whether or not you thought he beat Romero in that second fight, which I scored a draw, you know, it is. He's still got the nod. Robert Whittaker is phenomenal. He is such an underrated and underappreciated mixed martial artist, in my opinion. I know people adore him, but there's a lot of people that just skim past him. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's such a nice guy. Maybe it's because he doesn't trash talk. Maybe it's because of all these things that don't necessarily sell fights as well as others. What Israel does, for instance, where he calls people out, where he you know, I'm the new dog and I'm pissing in your yard, all that good stuff. It's none of that. Okay, coming off the loss, he fought Darren Till straight away. I got a lot of people that hate Darren Till, don't respect his skill set. I got a lot of people that overhype him. Darren Till, and I'm going to say this now, got rushed. He got a draw against Dolby, just about, well, nearly knocked out his next opponent, but still didn't get a knockout, won a decision. Fought Cowboy, destroyed him, a compromised Cowboy, might I add, and he fought a guy that was giant compared to him. He then got put against Stephen Thompson, won a questionable decision, scored it a draw again, could have swayed it for Thompson. Then he got put against Tyron Bloody Woodley and was the favourite. I don't know what people were thinking. Darren Till has one weapon, that's a left hand. He doesn't set it up, he just moves back and forth. He lands a clean elbow every now and then, which he did to Whittaker. He claims he could have swayed it 3-2 to him. I had Darren pushing 2 rounds against Whittaker. Did we see a great Darren Till and a poor Whittaker in that? Did we see the best of both? Whittaker handled Darren Till really well. I was getting dropped in that first round and going, okay, yeah, this guy can strike really well. He shut him down. He knocked him down. He got the takedowns in the last few rounds. He showed his IQ of mixed martial arts, how to win fights and not lose them, not how to take a back step, how to move forward. Even if you're the worst fighter on the night, he still won the fight. Robert Whittaker also said that was the most mentally stressful fight of his career, because he knows Darren can crack. You've seen what Darren's like now, you know, Darren can't wrestle. It's again, knee. I don't know where I sit with him, but this isn't about him, it's about Robert. He beats Darren Till, was the point. He then fights Jared Cannonier, who nobody wants to fight. He beats Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier was compromised in that fight as well. Jared Cannonier for me is a dark horse in this division. He beat Kelvin Gastelum as well as Robert Whittaker. He did it a different way, but still, I wouldn't say dominated, but showed I am clearly the better mixed martial artist. Here is my credentials, sir. He now has his path back to Israel Adesanya. He has openly said, my ego got the better of me in the first fight. Maybe he didn't respect Israel enough. Maybe he thought his mixed martial arts kind of style of striking compared to a straightforward kickboxer pushed into mixed martial arts, which I'm sure most people had Israel as. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think he clearly is the best striker, arguably in the UFC at the moment. Definitely in the middleweight division, clearly. He's not just a kickboxer coming over wearing 4-ounce gloves though. He has the full game plan. He lacks a lot of grappling skills still. He showed a few. Against Kelvin, he threw up a triangle, he pushed off, used butterfly guard, he can stand back up, and he's using wrestling as Michael Bisping did almost, in a defensive style. Never for an aggressive purpose. Robert Whittaker has a path to victory here. There is a blueprint out there, which is Israel has a compromised ground game. I don't think anybody should be striking with him. That's my opinion. I think the way to beat this guy is to take him down. Same as Darren Till. I think a lot of people can strike with him. I think most people could out-grapple him. I think if he fought Kelvin Gastelum again, Kelvin Gastelum's taking him down. You know, there's game plans to beat these select individuals. No one's worked out the puzzle that is Israel Adesanya other than Jan Blachowicz. Why not go down that route then? Jan did it, but we're going to go down this route and try our own way. No. Go down that way, get the belt, and sort yourself out. Do what Jan did. Robert Whittaker can wrestle. His jiu-jitsu is phenomenal as well. He's a great grappler. You don't see it though, because he doesn't need it. He mixes everything up, and that's what he does. I don't want this to be a mixed martial arts fight for Robert. I think Robert should make this a wrestling fight. This should be a wrestling bout, pure wrestling. Hold him down, pin him down, make it boring. Not good for the fans, but it's a really nice blueprinted way to beat Israel. Easier said than done. All fights start standing. Can you get him down? Can you hold him down? Israel's going to know he's compromised. He's going to be working on it. City Kickboxing is a phenomenal camp. Phenomenal gym. They've got a lot of good wrestlers over there. They've got a lot of good, mainly strikers, obviously. And with Eugene over there, he's going to be telling Israel, you know, you need to do this. You are compromised on the ground. We're working nothing but ground. You don't need to train your striking. You've done that, you know, that's your bread and butter. You know how to punch someone in the face the most effective way possible. You know how to give a question mark kick. You don't need to train this stuff. You can spar that stuff, that's fine. But work on your wrestling. And that's what a lot of fighters need to do. Israel, please do it to make this a fun fight. Otherwise, I feel Robert's just going to do that. Now, Israel. The reason I say it's easier said than done is because Marvin Vettori probably had that plan. But he tried getting Israel down a few times. What happened? He lost every single round. And Marvin Vettori is a very, very good grappler. Israel Adesanya to me is just absolute, you know, he is the most marketable person in the UFC for me. I think if you don't like Israel Adesanya, question yourself a little bit. I don't know why no one or some people don't like him, because he's just brilliant. He's so good at marketing. He's brilliant at trash talking. He's got a great YouTube channel. He's so perfect to watch fight. He's entertaining. His walkouts are brilliant. His persona is perfect for mixed martial arts. You know, for our sport, he is the guy. You want him. You know, he's the next. You got Rousey, you've got Liddell, you've got McGregor. Adesanya's in that list of people that sell fights. He's brilliant. His distance management in the first fight to land that left hook that absolutely shut Robert down was phenomenal. The distance management he creates, not only with his jab, but with his feints. He twitches his hip, he makes you bite every feint he does, and then he lands that one shot. And then what does he do? He taunts you for it. Come on, come back at me. You know, he makes it fun. He makes it not a fight. He makes it a dance. And that's why I think, not just me, but everybody loves watching this guy. If you don't like watching him, I feel really bad for you, because he's just perfect to watch. Israel, for me, has to stop the wrestling, and I think he's improved a lot in that, hence the Marvin Vettori fight, implement that. You know, he went against Jan Blachowicz and then fought another wrestler at middleweight. And, you know, you could argue that Marvin isn't just a wrestler because Marvin went 5 rounds with Paulo Costa, which was bananas, in a striking war. So he's definitely improved in the wrestling. For me, doesn't need to work on his striking. He's got that to fall back on. I think he's going to be picking him apart. Just don't wait for the takedown on Robert. If you believe in your skills that you can defend that takedown, don't wait for it, because that's when it will happen. That's when you get taken down. Just embrace. If you go down, you go down. You know you can get back up. That's the main thing. Punish him on the feet. You know, high knees. I expect to see a lot of knees and uppercuts in this. I'm going to see a lot of whizzes against the cage. You're going to see a lot of butterfly guard, because he seems to like that a lot more to get up. You know, butterfly guard onto feet on the hips, push away, stand and base, and move back, get out of there. Nothing pretty, just effective. Will walk off the cage. You know, those sort of basic MMA principles that are just, you know, that's all you need. As Michael Bisping said, the best takedown in the game is a left hook. That's what Israel's going to do. It's so hard to make a pick for this one. I'm going to back Robert Whittaker in the fact that I think the blueprint is out there to beat him. I think he's going to leave his ego at the door this time. I think he's going to be a different animal than last time. He's got a point to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to want to show Izzy, we're going for a third fight. I could be completely wrong. And I think a lot of people are going to say Israel Adesanya to me. I don't really mind who wins at all. I love both guys. I'm just going to throw it out there because I think Robert Whittaker's going to be the underdog. What do you guys reckon? Think I'm wrong? Discuss it down there. Don't be shy at all. Let me know where you think I've gone wrong, where you think I've gone right, what I've missed, because I miss a lot and I love to see the stuff I've missed because it's like, oh, clearly, how did I not remember that? How did I not see this? Why haven't I spoken about that, or I maybe missed it off? Let us know, guys. Remember, guys, subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy it. Like the video, share around, Instagram, follow, trying to get some more. See you in the next one, guys. Cheers.